right, 99.9 Punk World Radio FM. You guys already know what time it is. And right here, right now, we are joined by Ottawa, Ontario, Canada bass band. That's right, straight out of the nation's capital. We have Feed After Midnight right here, live on the radio station airwaves. Guys, how are you doing tonight? Mark, Sean?
Good.
Very good.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, you're most certainly welcome. Thank you guys for a bit of your time, man. It's such an honor to speak with Ottawa, Ontario's finest, man. I had the opportunity to listen to your guys' music. Have not been to a Feed After Midnight show, but I know we're going to get into it later on the interview. But I do know you guys have one coming up August 24th, right here in the nation's capital. So, I mean, I'm definitely going to have to slide on through and see what all the hype is about when it comes to Feed After Midnight.
I think it's the 29th.
Yeah, so that's what I was checking in my computer, see if what date it was exactly.
August 29th.
29th. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
I know you guys are very busy individuals, so of course I'm going to jump right into this interview. But I got to take you back to the beginning of this amazing metal band. How did you guys actually first meet and come together as one to form Feed After Midnight?
I guess I'll go because myself and Denis and Yvon, our lead singer, have been playing since like in high school, so like back in the 90s. So we've been doing this like a long time, but yeah, we like, went on the scene and stuff in the early 2000s, kind of stopped for, I don't know, 10 years and then got back into it in 2018 with this this band here, Feed After Midnight. And after a while we recruited Sean here, and that's when we kind of started more like writing originals and like start releasing stuff, playing shows more frequently. So yeah, I guess
I joined in like January of 2020. So, and that's kind of like our first releases, Out of Time and Running Man, came out in the fall of 2020. So
yeah,
they kind of
go ahead.
So they kind of had like those two songs like formulated, and then I just kind of like more or less like learned it and kind of put my spin on it, and then recorded it, and then sort of like from that point forward, it's kind of been more like at least the four of us, so like Mark, myself, Denis, and Ivan, like working together on like all the songwriting. So like Sweet Embrace and the EP, and obviously the latest singles that we just put out is
like before that we would we played a few shows, but it was more like only covers and it wasn't really like super serious yet. And then got, like Sean was saying, like when in 2020, that's kind of when we started being a bit more serious with it.
Yeah, I think we played our first show like with me in, I think it was like November of 2020. That was that Maverick show, I think, or the Brass Monkey was one of the first ones.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah. So yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, it's all good. I was going to say, Mark, you said a few moments ago as well that in the early 2000s, you guys actually, before Feed After Midnight, you guys were doing your thing, and then you left and reemerged in the music scene. What actually ultimately made you guys decide to hang up the microphone and put the guitars and drums away for a little while?
I guess for us was like, I don't know, maybe like lack of interest, and maybe like we started kind of like having families and stuff. So yeah, I could say it would be, I guess it didn't feel right. Like, I don't know, it wasn't as fun, I guess, in those days. And like I said, I guess having a family was one of the main factors, but now they're a little older, so now I kind of have more free time to do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, same. It's like your kids kind of, once they kind of get into like the young teenagers or whatever, it's not really too much parenting that you're kind of doing anymore. You can just do your own thing. It's kind of the same thing with me, is because I've got the same situation. I've got 2 kids, and so like I never tried to like play in like bands like when I had like young kids, just because it's just too much of a hassle to try to like schedule things and like be away and right, but yeah.
But also as well, January 13th of 2018, you guys actually released the demo titled Surprise, I'm Still Living. I was wondering if you could actually just tell us the story behind this very first release, and of course, do you guys have any plans to remaster this demo in the future?
I think it was more like during kind of like our hiatus with one of our cousins, Dan. He kind of wrote we were just jamming and improvised that song like out of the blue, and just for fun, like we recorded it maybe like in 2016, but then later on I kind of took it out, kind of redid the vocals, and it's not like really an official Feet After Midnight song. It's just kind of like one of the let's say our original songs that we kind of like brought over at the beginning to fill out our set list and stuff, because we didn't have like new songs yet. So it's kind of like an older song, but yeah, there's no plans really to like redo it or remaster it. Like we don't even play it live anymore, really. Like we've done it a few times, but
I gotta say, I thoroughly actually enjoyed this song. I do know it's a very early on within the band's career, man, but I actually feel this demo was actually totally rad, man.
Yeah, like I don't disagree. I still enjoy it. It's just that it's a bit like, it's older, but we've talked in the past that, maybe in the future we'd play it live if we get like a bigger time slot to fill out, and we need to throw some of the oldies in there or something. Like, it's not out of the question, but I mean,
yeah,
we've moved on for now.
Well, and it's also in standard tuning, and like most of the stuff that we have like written since like 2020 is in C, right?
Yeah,
So
it's a little lower.
Yeah, so
like I mean,
have to have different guitars to play it live, and that's kind of a hassle.
Like I think we played it at our EP release show. I'm not sure, but we might have played it.
I think so.
That was like 2 years ago, maybe. So never say never, I guess.
Yeah.
And also, one of my favorite songs you guys actually released, speaking of the year 2020, even though the world was completely messed up, but even though the world was messed up, this song definitely wasn't. October 2nd, 2020, you guys actually released a single titled Out of Time. I was wondering if you can actually just tell us a bit more about the story and inspiration behind this amazing song, man, because this is literally one of my absolute favorites that really drew me into your guys' music.
Well, thank you very much. That's nice to hear. What do you think, Mark? I don't know, because like
when it comes to like themes of lyrics and stuff, like I'm the wrong person to ask. I don't even know half what the songs are about. I just concentrate more on like the music portion of it. I kind of let the lyrics, melodies to the vocalist, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess
it's true. Like you did have to like really talk to Ivan to like get the meaning from it, but I think generally, like when Ivan like writes stuff, he kind of like is like sort of just painting a picture with words a lot of the times. So it doesn't like,
and it kind of reflects like society, how it was at that time of people fed up with crap, all around you, and just stand up for yourself and don't let yourself get told what to do all the time. And like musically, it was kind of like more going for, I don't know, a type of 80s, like
anthem,
Iron Maiden-ish style of song. Like usually we just kind of like write stuff and it's like, oh, that sounds cool, let's keep it. Like there's never any like thought process of what we're looking for. We just improvise stuff and whatever sticks. And that was, one of them, like our first, it was the first of the new songs, I guess, for our band, compared to before. It was just mostly like covers and that kind of stuff. But like I feel like it's when Sean came in, like that was like we were just kind of like writing it. So it's kind of like, for me, it's like when the band kind of like really started like really forming,
Yeah. You guys had I feel like with that song in particular, because that's the very first one that we started to play too. Like when I first started joining the band, I kind of felt like I was like you already had it all kind of figured out, and I kind of just like learned it. Like, you know what I mean? Like
somewhat, because when you listen to the older demos, it doesn't sound the same at all. Like it's different a little,
Yeah,
and originally
it's more refined.
Yeah. But like originally it was called Feet After Midnight. Like originally,
right.
That was the name of the song.
Right.
And also, November 25th of 2022, you guys actually released the 5-track album titled The Hunger. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about this EP. And of course, are there any hard copies available to be purchased today? Because I do know 2 years is a big gap to still have hard copies on hand. But for the fellow hard copy collectors, I got there we go.
Yes, sir. $10 plus whatever shipping is.
But I gotta say, it's cool that you guys still have them hard copies available, man. Because I do know every time I talk to bands about albums, the fans of the radio station, if I don't ask about hard copies, they absolutely tear me a new asshole. So it's like, even if the album's like 3, 4, 2 years old, I still ask about them, because if I don't ask about it, people go tisk tisk tisk. Why didn't you ask about the hard copies? So I just learned, you know what I mean? You got to give the fans what they want, man. So if they like watching the interviews, they want to know if there's hard copies. I got to make sure I get that information for them.
Okay, well, this is the spot where we need to plug our website then. So if you go to www.feetaftermidnight.com, you'll find there's a merch section. You can have a look at like all the t-shirt designs that we've got, and there's stickers and like hard copies of the EP available. Go check it out and place an order if you like it, something, and if we've got it, we'll get it to you.
And also as well, you guys have actually done a lot of work with Asher Media Relations. I was wondering, how did you guys actually get connected with Asher, and what is it like just working alongside them? Because I do know they did a fine-tuning job on your guys' website as well.
Yeah, Mark, you should take this, because I think you're the one that originally kind of got turned on to John Asher.
I just heard about it, I guess, and some other local bands were using that service, I guess, and yeah, that's how I just heard about it, I guess, and we did it. I don't know, maybe 2 times. Maybe we went with him for certain releases.
Yeah.
Some other releases we decided to try on our own to promote it and just bypass, just to see how it would go, and But yeah, I guess he gets you to a lot of certain contacts and websites that will kind of promote, your little on their blogs and stuff. So for sure, it's been helpful for getting new fans and eyes on us. So yeah.
And also as well, June 28th of 2024, you guys actually released your most recent single titled Doomed. I was wondering, is this actually a single off an up-and-coming album, or is this just a standalone single in your guys' discography?
It's just going to be a standalone single, just like what Swift is. We've kind of decided that we kind of want to go that route for now. It's very expensive to create like quality music, with the recording time and having to get a hold of producers and that kind of stuff. So it's a lot easier just to kind of go bit by bit, because we're not a big name really. So to spend a bunch of money on an album, ideally, for me personally, I know that there's different opinions amongst the members of the bands, but the way I see it is with an album, you can really create a solid sort of concept, and then explore it in a bunch of different ways, with the artwork and the actual songs themselves. But from an efficiency standpoint, being a small band, an indie band, going single by single really makes a lot more sense, because what we've kind of just developed as our strategy is, generally speaking, we try to create some sort of video. I don't know if you checked out our YouTube channel at all, but like with like the last, like, I guess what it'd be like 4 kind of like singles, like 2 of them were kind of from the EP, but like that's where we kind of started with the video thing, and realized that like when you release like one song and then you also create a video, there's a lot of like content that you can create from that. And like it's almost like better to like kind of like focus on trying to promote just that one thing with all of that content that you've created, than it is to kind of just like throw a bunch of like stuff out there and just like hope that listeners will just like find it and like sort through it. I think that probably doesn't happen, because there's just so much stuff that's like being released in like every day on like Spotify, for example, right? So
and the thing by like an album is that some songs might get lost in the shuffle because you're kind of like releasing everything at once.
Yeah.
And compared to a single, it's kind of like you always kind of like keep the ball rolling a bit. It's like I wouldn't want to have like, you know, a year or whatever you don't have any releases. Kind of with this new kind of like digital thing, you kind of have to always kind of like keep something going and always be consistent. I mean, with like, you know, releases, like people forget easily, and you know, I don't know. I feel the single is kind of like, don't get me wrong, I like albums, but I feel the single like is the future of like releasing stuff. Like even bigger bands are starting to do that more. Like they might release like every few months, and at the end they might compile it as an album, which that's okay, but it's just people's attention span is so much smaller sitting down and listening to something for an hour compared to a 4-minute song. And for us, it keeps it kind of fresh too, that in a way, because, you know, sound evolves, and I don't know, like Sean was saying, it takes a long time to like write and then record and then produce. By the time it's done, it's like a year has passed.
Yeah.
So I rather sometimes go record 2-3 songs and then just release them every like 3 months or something. Kind of keep the momentum going that way. It's my opinion on that.
And also, August 29th, you guys will be taking the stage at the Demolition Tavern here in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada for the Napoleon Dear God Tour. I was wondering, what can our listeners actually expect from this up-and-coming show next month? And of course, where can we actually snag ourselves some tickets?
The Dominion Tavern.
Yeah, Dominion.
Yeah, not Demolition. So Dominion Tavern, it's like 33 York Street in the Byward Market. It's like right where the big like Ottawa sign is. If you want tickets, you can go on our website. I believe there's a link on there as well, Mark? Is that right?
Yeah, if you go to the show or tour section, there's a link. And on our Facebook page in the event section, you'll find a link there too. Most shows we have, like, you'll get physical tickets, but that you can get through us. But I know this one here is an online, like you purchase them online. Yeah.
And the lineup is actually phenomenal as well. If I'm not mistaken, you guys have 2 other bands actually on the bill as well that night.
Yeah, it's Holly Acres and Hyena. So I think we've played with Holly Acres maybe once before. Maybe, is that right, Mark? At Panda Fest last year?
Maybe, yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I think they played on the same day as us at. And then Hyena, like we've played with them lots. Like we know them quite well. We just actually, the last show that we played, which was Panda Fest 3, actually at the Dominion Tavern, where we'll be back.
Yeah, that was last weekend, last Saturday.
Yeah, we played with Hyena then. So.
And Napoleon, I think they're what, from Toronto or Hamilton, around. Yeah, so I guess it's like we're just supporting that band coming into town. It's not like we're not like the headliner or anything like that.
But aside from this amazing show that's coming up next month at the Dominion Tavern, what is next for Feed After Midnight? Like, is there anything we happen to miss during this evening's interview? Anything else you guys still want to touch on, talk about, or promote?
We have a pretty exciting show in October, actually October the 2nd. We're going to be supporting a touring band called Power Glove. They are like video game metal, where they do like metal renditions of like video game themes. You can actually check them out on like all your streaming services. You'll find they do like really cool like renditions of like Tetris or like Zelda and stuff like that. And so we're going to be supporting them. That's at the Brass Monkey, right, Mark? Yeah. So October 2nd at the Brass Monkey, and there's going to be Sovereign Council, which is another also Ottawa, Gatineau, Eastern Ontario band, I guess, that we know that are going to be playing with them. And who was the other band?
Called Insanity of Sorrow. They're like a new band.
Right.
I think one of the guys in that band, he's the son of like one of the guys in Rockin' Engine.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Yeah, so.
Okay. Cool.
And we have like in October 26th, we're going to have also another show, like a Halloween theme show with probably 3 other bands to be announced. We're still like working on it, but it's going to be at Cafe Decuff, and it's going to be a Halloween theme show. Or most likely, we're going to be headlining, and then 3 other bands. We'll have more details on that one, in the next month or so. And
before we actually
what's that?
No, go ahead. My apologies. No, you go ahead, Mark. My apologies.
No, I just thought of something else. And maybe look out, which we're not 100% decided, but maybe the next few months there's going to be a video for our latest single, Doomed, which we just haven't filmed yet. But
you know what? People should just go check out our YouTube channel anyways and see because everything that we do is like DIY. So and like Mark is the genius behind sort of any sort of CGI green screen stuff that you'll see there. But definitely, if you're interested in our art, you should definitely go check out our YouTube channel. And if you like it, you should subscribe and give it a like.
And also
appreciate that very much.
Hit the bell, like, share, and subscribe.
That's it.
I don't purposely do that. I don't do that with my YouTube videos, but since we're on the topic, subscribe, hit the bell, like, and share, But no, guys, I gotta say first and foremost, before we actually part ways, how do we go about following you guys across all social media platforms? Because this radio station is based out of Prescott, Ontario, so I feel that everyone listening to this station should already know who Feed After Midnight is, but if someone got lost in the vortex somewhere, how do they actually go about following you guys across all social media platforms?
Like I said before, like the main hub of Feed After Midnight is www.feedaftermidnight.com. You can find all of our social links there. But if there's like one particular platform that you prefer over the others, we operate across Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and we also do like YouTube Shorts and kind of keep things current through there as well. So check us out. Just type in Feed After Midnight. Midnight's always spelled Midnite, not like the proper way. You'll find us.
And I gotta say, Sean and Mark, thank you guys so much for your time here this evening. It was such an honor speaking with both of you guys tonight. Hopefully you guys have a phenomenal night, and of course a great rest of the weekend as well. And hopefully down the line we can make this happen again sometime soon, but for now, definitely have yourselves a kick-ass night.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.